That was some years ago. Anyway, but pigs and chickens, can they live on grass alone?
They cannot any more than you can. Omnivore with a monogastric digestive system.
Right.
So
So what do they eat?
So pigs are really pretty similar as far as digestive needs to humans.
And in their temperament.
But yeah, they're omnivores. They need a variety of caloric sources. They need some animal protein. They need some forage. They need concentrated carbohydrates. And but chickens are really interesting because I think somebody wrote a book. I don't know. It's funny because I see sort of like little waves of question patterns from our customers or from potential customers looking for a farm. And, or like they'll be looking for a particular cut that nobody has bought in months or years or whatever. And it's like, this must have been on TV or Oprah. Or somebody wrote a book about it. I'm hearing about it. I don't plug in very much to new media. But anyway, I find out about it third party like that. But anyway, so there was a wave of questions from people that were looking for grain-free chicken, grass-fed chicken, never fed grain.
Never fed grain.
And we give a little homeschool tour to the little kids a couple times a year, and I guess, and then we also process some of our own poultry with our kids. So I was, like homeschool mom, I was showing the kids the internals of the chicken, it was turkeys, showing them all the digestive parts. And it's really cool because land birds, like chickens and turkeys, they have this specialized organ called a gizzard that, not even all birds have it, I don't think. I tried to look into it.
And the crop.
Well, the crop and the gizzard, yep. Now, I think most birds do have a crop or something like it. But, anyway, so there's this organ called a crop and there's this organ called a gizzard. And what they do, the crop is like a sack that fills with grain, fills with the feed that the chicken eats. And it sits there and ferments for a while. And
kind of sprouts the grain.
Yeah, like pre-soaks the grain.
It actually does sprout it, yeah. Yeah.
Not in the sense it's putting out green shoots, right. But it does.
It's getting it ready to.
What that does is it takes the grain and it germinates it, and it disables all these anti-nutrients that would otherwise
known as preservatives.
Kind of, yeah. Sort of. Like seeds have natural preservatives, like phytic acid, and it was built that way by God to preserve this seed from season to season, so that you can have.
Can I interject real quick?
Sure.
So because I will forget this otherwise. So we got, I had this terrible flare up, and then I got better, and then we started being like health nuts. And we figured, hey, we're going to do whole wheat bread.
Right.
So we started making all this whole wheat bread. And that was probably one of the things that kicked me into another flare-up later on. Because whole wheat bread that's not sprouted first or not sourdough'd still has all these anti-nutrients in it to keep you from digesting the stuff. And so what happens is all these undigested seeds and particles and everything get all the way down to your colon again, your large intestine, and it's not digested yet. And so pathogenic bacteria can run amok down there, not to mention you've got all this volatile food matter that was supposed to have already been absorbed, and now it's like just doing all kinds of bad things to your digestive tract that you didn't expect. So sorry to interject.
Oh, that's right.
Keep going.
Yeah, so you are not a chicken. You don't have a crop, a soaking sack,
That's right.
built in.
But I am a rooster.
So anyway, it soaks the seeds and disables the phytic acid, transforms it into something else. I forget what. But anyway.
And so that's the crop.
That's the crop.
Okay.
And then further down the digestive tract in a bird comes the gizzard. And so the gizzard is like this super muscular cut.
Yeah.
It's like a kneading sack.
Yeah.
And the bird will actually swallow rocks, and the rocks stop. They hang out in the gizzard. There's rocks of all different kinds. And I've heard, I think it was Paul Grieve actually, no, maybe Spence, one of the guys from APA, described the gizzard as, this is the chicken's teeth. And I thought that was a really
Jeff
good...
Maddox.
Was it Jeff Maddox? Okay, sorry, Jeff.
They all probably said it.
Yeah. I don't know who said it first. But anyway, I thought that was a really good analogy because it's like, the birds don't have teeth. They swallow these grains whole. The grains ferment in the crop, and then they pass to the gizzard. And then the gizzard has the rocks where they get ground. It's like a stone grinding bakery mill, like a flour mill. Yeah. And
keep your nose to the grindstone.
That's right. Anyway, so then, they've got this very digested grain that passes on through. And so they totally are designed to eat grain. And I hate that somebody published something out there that it was telling consumers, oh, you need grain-free chicken because grains are bad for humans. Grains are not bad for birds. They're made to eat. They're made to eat grains.
They got their little own sprouting chamber.
Now
right
you
there
don't
in
have
front.
that, so you need to deal with whole grain if you eat it. So
Yeah. So we have brains, and we're supposed to learn to ferment and to sprout our grains before we cook them.
brains and grains.
Brains and grains. Put my brains through the crop.